My name is Raisa. I'm 31 years old and I live in San Francisco, California. I was 17 when Wilson's disease nearly took my life. Um, Looking back, I see that there were earlier signs: fatigue, nightmares, mood changes, dystonia, jaundice that didn't really make sense at the time. And so I went into liver failure, acute liver failure, and I was being prepared for a transplant. But I was one of the fortunate ones. My liver regenerated and transplant was no longer necessary. This turning point defined my entry into adulthood, and recovery for me became not just about survival, but about adapting and embracing lifestyle changes, intensive medical monitoring, and a conscious commitment to low copper foods and lifelong medication. Today, my most consistent challenges are fatigue, medication compliance, and depression. While they're not as dramatic as liver failure, they shape my life in steady, quieter ways. Fatigue sometimes forces me to choose between social activities or work, and then depression adds to the weight of the journey. Staying compliant on medications becomes especially tough during these times, and there are days where my body will remember the pain, and getting out of bed to take care of myself felt very heavy and like a chore. So, life during these bad days felt a little too hard, too heavy, and I became dismal in my worldview. What was the point in continuing to take my medications? I was just going to die one way or another. So, yeah, the thoughts got pretty dark. One aspect of Wilson's that gets very little rap and attention is the psychological symptoms associated with the disease. So these include behavioral and mental changes from the copper buildup in the brain, which can get compounded by the dramatic change in daily living and hyper awareness of one's mortality, especially going through liver failure. I remember struggling with nightmares, mood changes, and heightened emotionality at the time of my diagnosis. I cried a lot and got angry very quickly, and this usually felt outside of my control. The unregulated emotions did not actually get addressed until 10 years after the fact, when I found that these symptoms were still impacting my work and daily function. And I also ended up developing PTSD from the experience, having gone through multiple biopsies, which are super invasive, and biannual blood draws and hospitalizations related to suicidality. Yeah, things were really tough. I turned myself in multiple times to be on involuntary hold because at the time, ending my life made sense in my brain, even though in my heart I knew that was not what I wanted. Honestly, mental health support needs to be integrated from the very beginning of diagnosis and consistent throughout life. I wish I had the support that I have now back then. This includes a team of specialists and primary care providers, as well as an EMDR therapist and a psychiatrist, along with support groups. So it's a very comprehensive team. And with that said, on my best days, Wilson's disease really takes a backseat. I can work, laugh with my friends, cook a meal, simply enjoy life. Those days remind me of the joy and gratitude that I carry with me, especially when I feel the sun on my face. On harder days, I just simplify life to the following, which is take a walk, drink water to stay hydrated, take my meds, and get some sleep. Over time, my symptoms have shifted. The crisis of liver failure passed, but ongoing challenges remain, such as the 24-hour urine collections, frequent labs, and refrigerated medications that once made travel really difficult. What I fear most is the potential loss of independence I may experience, especially cognitive or physical abilities, because self-sufficiency is so important to me. What frustrates me most about how invisible Wilson's disease can feel. On the outside, I might look fine, but inside it takes an enormous effort to keep up with daily living. Um, for me, Wilson's disease is not just about copper levels, it's about navigating a multifaceted condition, which is physical, mental, emotional, while still building a meaningful, joyful life. And thank you for letting me share my story.